So I'm here in Vietnam to learn everything I can about banh mi. Now I love cooking food from all around the world, but from time to time I get called out in the comments for not getting it quite right. So I've come here to the home of banh mi to learn from the cooks themselves in this series called Origins. Now let's get stuck in. This video is sponsored by Flight Centre, one of Australia's leading travel agents, but more on them later. All right, first banh mi in Ho Chi Minh, and it's a monster. Check this thing out. So this is what most Westerners think of when they think of a banh mi. You've got a pate, all the different cold cuts, cucumber, coriander. They're using some pork floss in here as well, which is this stuff. And then they season it with soy sauce or Maggi seasoning and some chili. So this was the loaded one. This is like 48,000 dong, which I think is like $3.50 or not even $3. So really good value, but I guess we better taste it. I need another mouthful. Really delicious. Oh, spicy too. Interesting that there's no mayonnaise or margarine, but a really heavy layer of the pate. The pate is really delicious. The cold cuts are nice and thick, and the veggies just freshen everything up. And I can tell you, I tell you what, it is spicy. So this spot does bake their own bread. I was keen to try and see that process, but they've already finished baking for the day. But if this is anything to go by, then the next few days should be incredible because this is absolutely delicious. So this is Banh Mi Huynh Hoa. I think it's like the most popular spot. It was crazy busy. This thing is massive. It weighs a lot. It was 65,000, which is expensive for banh mi, but this thing is loaded. So full of that pork floss, lots of different cold cuts, heaps of pate, and definitely has mayonnaise. Now they put the salad on the side. I'm guessing it's because it travels better. It was so busy that place with delivery drivers. So I'm gonna awkwardly try and put the salad on standing in an alley. Lucky babes on hand. I'll pay you in leftover banh mi.
Thanks.
I'm gonna do the white boy thing and avoid the chili. Look at that thing, that's impressive. Lots of spring onions, they're really small spring onions, but they're really, I just ate one, it's like really powerful. Like, if that makes any sense. Really strong spring onion, but let's taste this thing. That's a good sandwich. But just like the last one, like really heavy on the pate, which I'm a big fan of. I really like that. Cold cuts are good, all those veggies. I really like the nice and powerful spring onions in there. Lots of mayonnaise, really well loaded up with meat. So you can see why it's so expensive, because it's worth it. Key points for me, don't be afraid to load it up with pate and make it big. Delicious. Now it would take a lifetime to actually explore the city and get under the skin of the real local banh mi. So let's go find some local help to show us around a bit. All right, we are here with my mate Calvin, who is going to show us around all these banh mi spots. So Calvin, thank you so much for joining us.
No problem, Andy. But I gotta tell you, I don't speak Vietnamese. No, actually I do, but just a little bit. Vietnam is just full of so many areas, and every area has its own. Watch out. Has its own. Hi, how you doing? You want to be on TV? Has its own specialty. So the first location we're gonna have is a traditional banh mi, a cold cut banh mi.
The classic.
The classic. You ready to do this?
Let's go, let's go.
Okay, let's do this. So the first thing he's gonna do is he's gonna slice open this beautiful French baguette. So you look at the baguette, on the outside, super crispy.
Super crunchy.
But the inside, look at that.
Ooh, light as a feather.
He's gonna slice some pork loaf. Nice big, thick slices of pork loaf. Pate butter. This sandwich is only $3.50. Banh mi is not all about having so much. It's about having that nice balance. Feel how heavy that is.
Oh, it's got some weight to it. The classic.
The classic plus.
Plus. He loaded it up. So we've got all the mixed meat, we've got the steamed pork, the roast pork, the pork floss. It was pretty impressive, wasn't it?
All we gotta do is do one thing right now.
I live for this moment. It's so good. The crunchiness of that bread with all that different textures of meat and the freshness of the veg, the sauce on there and the pate, absolutely delicious.
I agree. Everything here is fresh. And again, the affordability. For $3.50 Australian to get this in the morning. You ready to do it tonight?
Let's go.
Let's go. Hey, Andy, don't eat too much. We got 3 more locations to go to. You ready to do this?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
I don't know how we're gonna beat this. All right, we're at the next spot, which is a fish paste banh mi. And from what we understand, the guy's been around like 20 years, sells like 1,000 a day. But Calvin, talk us through the actual fish paste.
So what they do is they use a local white fish here.
Right.
And they mix it up with dill, with onions, with spices, and they make a paste out of it. From there, they pull this machine down and it fries itself up. So what you're gonna get here is a beautiful crispy banh mi that's really regional to the people in Nha Trang. Now Nha Trang, of course, being a coastal city, you only get fresh seafood.
So that region is not here, right?
No, that region is not here.
It's not here.
No, it's not here. But it's about an hour by plane from Saigon.
So that's why they use the fish paste instead of fresh fish, or would they use the fish paste there as well?
They would also use fish paste
Yeah,
there.
okay,
I
cool.
think it just goes longer.
Yeah.
But it's really about the texture, the crispness of the banh mi, but the sponginess
Yeah.
of the fish paste. You ready to do this?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So here we have the fish paste, and it's being lightly fried. So we're gonna fry it for about 10 minutes,
10 minutes.
until it's crispy golden brown, and then we're gonna bring it outside and make a banh mi.
Beautiful.
Great.
So here it is. I was pleasantly surprised at how different that was to what I was expecting. So the fried fish, the fried egg, even the sauce that they put on, and no pate, huh?
No pate at all.
Nothing.
This is really about that region, using fresh ingredients. The one thing I want you to try is that Vietnamese coriander, the rau ram. That's gonna bring a really nice herbaceousness. You ready to do this?
I'm hungry. Let's go.
All right, let's go. What? Cheers. Here we go.
That's really very, very fresh. The fish base is not fishy at all. Very clean flavor. Delicious.
And look at the size of that fish
Yeah,
cake,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I like the fried egg on there. I love these like massive pieces of garlic.
And for $3.50 Australian.
Incredible.
You know, what a great bite. Let's go.
I can see why you live here. All right, we are in the third location and we are here to get the crispy pork belly banh mi.
This crispy pork belly banh mi is going to be loaded with juicy meat, crispy skin. You ready for this?
I'm ready. Quickly, when did the crispy pork belly start getting incorporated into banh mi, or has it always been in banh mi?
Great question. These places usually sell barbecue meat. That's their full-time gig.
Right.
Somebody said, hey, why don't you buy banh mi? Why don't you buy some bread, some cucumber, some accoutrements, and make a sandwich out of it?
So this is like hospitality, entrepreneurship at its finest, right? We're always looking for new ways for the establishment to make an extra buck. So I love this. Let's get it.
Let's go. Where are you going? Andy, look at this space. This is like literally a little cart here.
Yeah, literally like 2 meters by 2 meters.
Yeah. She has an oven there. She has beautiful roast pork. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Now she's gonna pull down this beautiful pork belly. Now look at that piece.
Look at that.
Nice big slices. Look at that knife. How jealous are you right now?
You can hear the crisp. She knows how to handle that big knife.
She does. Slices the bread with a little paring knife.
And then straight in with the cucumber. No butter, no pate.
No butter, no pate. A little more of that Vietnamese coriander.
And then even the technique that she's weighed the roast pork, you know, she's really using that same technique of selling the meat by the weight, but then just putting it in a bread roll.
A little pickled daikon and cucumber. A little bit chili for spice.
Some fresh
coriander. Fish sauce on top. Gets ladled. Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit more of the drippings.
Yep.
That is the pork drippings there.
Wow, so that's the pork dripping. Incredible.
Put it into a sandwich condom. And then there you go.
Thank you. That is incredible.
And within minutes, you have something fresh and delicious.
Yeah.
Look at the size of your banh mi.
It's incredible. The thing that really impressed me about this one was the addition of the drippings from the pork. I think that's going to add a real another level of
flavor,
Yeah.
fat.
Yeah.
Oh, you ready to do? Oh, ready? Here we go. Oh.
When you get a crispy skin, what I love about this one is it's quite sweet, which I really enjoy. Not as salty. I think that's because you kind of lose the pate here, but you don't need it. You don't miss it because of the fat that comes off the pork belly. I think if it had the butter and the pate, this would be too greasy.
And you're right. The pork is perfectly seasoned. That beautiful crispy skin, but for me, it's that sauce. It's that sweet and succulent sauce.
So
another bite?
Another bite. Let's go. The other thing I'm finding interesting, and I don't know if this is a huge difference, but the other ones have been a lot of big green chili. This has got the small bird's eye red chili in it, which is way more common down under. And I actually prefer, I think, the small bird's eye chili. Because they're so small, they kind of hit your palate, really spicy, and then it's gone, you know, which I really like.
Now, let's pull a piece of pork out. Let me just show the camera that beautiful golden skin. Baby, let's go. Oh, that is so good.
The fat's rendered really well. The meat's still got bite to it. It's not like a confit pork belly, you know, like it's still got a bit of chew to it.
Definitely.
That's really good pork belly.
Yeah. And I love the fact that we're outside of Saigon right now. We're outside of city center.
Yeah.
We're probably 30 minutes out. Look at the landscape. Look at the people. Everything changes.
So we're in District 6, that's
District
right.
6.
Yeah, so we're about half an hour out. but it feels much more local. You know, you don't see many tourists around here.
You're the only person with lighter skin than me out here.
But this is awesome. So the key takeaways I've got from this banh mi is that it doesn't always need pate and margarine or butter, and that the addition of the pork drippings is a really good substitute for that lack of fat if you take those elements away.
Love it. Pork belly is a very simple ingredient, but with a little bit of love and care, you get something amazing.
You get an incredible sandwich. Now let's get out of here because it's about to start pissing down with rain, I think.
I think so.
We have one more banh mi to hit up. Hopefully I can get in the kitchen and learn some secrets on that one. Now before we get to our next meal, I wanted to stop and take a minute to thank the sponsor of this video, Flight Centre. As you can tell, we're in Vietnam, but how did we get here? Flight Centre organised all our flights, hotels and transfers. It was super seamless having one point of contact for the whole itinerary and all the changes that Babe made along the way. If you love exploring Asia or any part of the world, then make sure you check out flightcentre.com.au for all their current deals. Their website is super easy to navigate and you can search for your perfect trip by flight, date, deal or mode of transport. You can view thousands of activities and even get instant quotes for travel insurance. So jump online now and check out what deals are going on. You can even explore their YouTube channel for inspiration. Thanks again to Flight Centre who brought this whole trip to life. Now back to my banh mi. For the last banh mi, we are here with Chef from Banh Mi Me In. He's got a very famous banh mi with beef short rib. And now I love beef short rib, so this is pretty exciting. And he's not actually open right now, so he's putting me to work and I'm gonna make it. So come behind in the kitchen and let's make this delicious banh mi. All right, so we have I'll bring it into the light. We have a really nice, beautifully braised short rib here. Oh, it's smoked, there you go, a smoked short rib, even better. We're gonna get into the oven. Oh, nice and hot. And now we're going to start assembling the banh mi. So, baguette, open her up, and then first things first, then we go with the pate. That looks pretty good to me. Good, chef?
Yes.
Excellent. Now, 2 slices of cucumber, pickled carrot and daikon. A little bit more. What's next, chef? Spring onion?
Yes.
Crispy shallot. Now we're going to glaze the smoked short rib. So barbecue glaze, and back in the oven. All right, nice and glazed, delicate. Oh. And there we have it, truffle paste, a little bit more glaze, and coriander, and chili.
Proud?
I'm proud. Orders up, ding! All right, Calvin, well, we've eaten banh mi all over the city and we're finishing on something very special and very modern. It's kind of cool to see something kind of modern coming out of Vietnam when it comes to the banh mi.
Exactly, and we're using a piece of meat that you don't usually see in Vietnam, a short rib. And they used an American technique, smoking. Right? So they're really trying to elevate such a simple dish. Let's pull this banh mi out and let's just look at that beautiful smoke ring inside. That's got some weight on there.
Some weight. That's pretty impressive. I tell you what, I can't wait to eat it, so I'm gonna put my mouth around this and have a crack.
Oh.
You know what? What is not to love about that?
The meat, smoky, tender,
Fatty.
fatty.
It reminds me of the cold cuts, you know, they've got those fatty pieces in it. It works really well, doesn't it?
Pate's beautiful,
Yep.
beautiful amounts of cucumber, carrots, daikon. But wait, there's a sauce.
Ooh.
Let me sauce you up, man. Let me sauce you up. Shall we?
We shall.
Cheers.
Cheers. That's delicious. Sweet, spicy, savory. So good.
This may not be the everyday banh mi, but definitely when you treat yourself,
Yeah.
this is what you want to eat. Amazing ingredients here in Vietnam.
So good to see. And that's what the banh mi is actually all about. The French came for better or for worse. They brought the baguette and the locals made it their own. And now this is a further elevation of that. So good.
Indeed.
So from everything I've tasted and what Calvin has taught me, I'm super excited to head back home to the studio and pull together my recipe with as much passion and soul as the Vietnamese do into banh mi. A huge thank you to Calvin, brother. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for having me.
Couldn't have done it without you. Join us next week where I'm back in the studio with my new recipe. Like this video if you took anything from it, subscribe if you're not, and we'll see you next week back in the studio. Peace.
Oh. like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, comment if you want to eat banh mi with us. Whose show is this?
I have no idea. Some American guy.
I know. Damn bloke.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we're still filming.